Welcome back to the second part of the series of the elements of the double lift. In last week's video we showed you how to get a break underneath the top two cards. In this video we're going to show you how to take those two cards, slide it, and reveal it as one card. So when you're performing the double lift and after you got your break, now you actually need to show the card. So the way I did it in the beginning of the video is actually use these two fingers to push up the card and use my thumb to push down and across the deck as it slides. Those two cards slide. There's a more in-depth tutorial in the link down below in the description. You're able to take the two cards and you're able to flip it as one. Now, why do I use this one over some of the other ones? Basically, it just represents of how I pick up a normal card. Because I slide over the top card and pick it up and then I show it. Take the top two cards, get a break, and then push up and across. Your other hand comes across, pinches the cards. Make sure they don't slide around, just pinch it. And then you can show the card, the Ace of Spades. What if I want to reveal it onto the deck? I would flip it over on top of the deck. Now usually I see some magicians, they flip it over on top of the deck. But this poses a problem when because you have to get the break underneath the top two cards again. If you want to be less fiddly with the deck, the best way to do this is to take the cards, flip it over, and leave a little out jog. So you can take your middle finger, buckle a card against the base of your thumb, push it up and get a pinky break, like so. Let me get a little better view at that. Your finger buckles the card and it slides on top of your pinky. Then you're able to push those cards off again and slide it back on top and resume with your trick. There's also some easier ways to do this. You can just take your other hand after you get a break, take your hand, come across, and slide the card as one and flip it over on top of the deck. Or you can riffle down, feel for the two cards, take your finger with your middle on top, and your pointer and your ring come down below, pushing against that, and your thumb will let go, and will flick off and show one card. Then you can put it on top of the deck and square it up, and they show as one card, and you can flip it over. Now when you riffle down, you feel for those two cards. When I flick out, sometimes I get a little bit where I see the second card, but the best way to fix this is just to practice how it's going to flick off and try to keep it the best square as possible. Sometimes you got to pull your middle finger in closer to bow it slightly, and once you flick it out, just quickly square up the cards and they shouldn't really notice. The two other ways I showed last week was the strike double lift, which avoids the problem of having a pinky break. You can just flip that over and that just slides across, slides on top, squares it up, get a break, get a pinky break, and slide across again. Or there's a way I learned from How to Disturb Reality. I believe Criss Angel did this, I'm not quite sure though. So you riffle down after you get the top two. You don't actually have to make the riffle sound, just feel for those two cards. Take it, turn your hand up, palm down, push against your thumb, the base of your thumb, and then you'll swivel around and you'll push it off with your thumb and it's perfectly squared. That way you can just flip this over across and begin your trick, or continue your trick. There's another way I learned from How to Disturb Reality, and I believe Criss Angel did this, is you feel for the top two cards on the top right corner, and you don't really riffle down like so. You more just feel for the top two cards, and then you turn your palm face down, grab it, and push across the base of your thumb right here, and then twirl it around, push across the base of your thumb again. Now it's perfectly square. You flip it over on top of the deck and continue your trick. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the future videos of the elements of the double lift. And hopefully this will help you become better at performing the double lift. Thanks for watching.